is a cash and bank module, and we discussed last class how to reverse the check if any transaction is cancelled or any vendor payment has been done, cancellation, and we have to go to the cash and bank area and we have to reverse the payment. These are the series of steps we already discussed. If any reason means we have to put the reason code why the transaction is failed or why the check is bounced, and we have to give all the information in the D365 module, and we have to do the all the reversal part. We have to go to the cash and bank area, go to this payment reversal, and this posting of this deposit slip payment reversal or check reversal part. And the check is bounced. These are the following steps. Just I'm just recapping the last class. These are the series of steps we already discussed. Bank reconciliation. It's a matching of our bank statement with the ERP balances. If both are matched, then the reconciliation is happened. If anything is difference is there, we need to do all the reconciliation. These are the few setups, prerequisites for the configuration of the bank account setup and bank transaction types, manual bank reconciliation parameters, and we need to do all the opening balances should be reconciled with the number sequence and all. Okay, and these are the few series of steps. I'm just recapping once again. At the end of this reconciliation, we can able to view the reconciliation report, bank reconciliation report as this one. DSS, no, it's my client, previous client, and this is about the advanced bank reconciliation setup. At the bank reconciliation form, we can able to do this setup, advanced bank reconciliation setup as yes, and reconcile after report as yes, and use bank statement after confirmation. Means we can enable these parameters. These are the few matching rules. Reconcile matching rules, transaction code mapping means this is nothing but advanced bank reconciliation is nothing but where the ERP is, we have to import this bank statement to the ERP, where the ERP is automatically reconcile this reconciliation part. Where in manual bank reconciliation, we have to do the accountant or the finance guy, he need to check, okay, this check is passed, this check is bounced, and this check is is pending. We need to do all the transactions by manual wise. Whereas in this advanced bank reconciliation, as per the ERP, we need to means we have to import our bank statement to the ERP, where the system will automatically reconcile this reconciliation part. This is the use of this advanced bank reconciliation, and these are the few parameters means reconciliation matching rules. All these things we need to set up. And after the setup, we need to enable this option as yes, and we have to import these bank statements. We have to enable this bank account number, statement format, and then we have to run this we have to run this import bank statement form. This is about the explanation for this too. Means till now we have discussed this bank reconciliation as well as advanced bank reconciliation. We'll go to this ERP. We'll go to the USMF, or demo legal entity. Just I'm navigating to the USMF legal entity where all the details, all the information is available. Okay, I need to go to the cash and bank area. I need to collapse all bank accounts. These are the few bank accounts. Before that, we'll come to this, concepts part. Okay, what is letter of credit? Can anyone give some, overview or any idea? Balika or Ravi. In which scenarios, we will give the letter of credit? If suppose if you want to pay the vendor, then the bank will issue the letter of credit. Bank is giving some assurity. This is the explanation part. The letters of credit are used for the international transactions to ensure the payments will be made. A letter of credit is agreement that is issued by a bank in which the bank agrees to ensure the payment on the behalf of the buyer. Suppose if I am going to buy any material or any electronic items from Singapore or from America, if I want to do some any transaction between the other countries, then I need to the person who is going to purchase this material, they should have some bank assurity. So in these cases, the bank will give some support. Means bank will give some letter of credit on behalf of buyer. If suppose if I am going to buy, then on behalf of me, my bank will give the letter of credit to the particular vendor. That okay, you can go and proceed with your transactions, and you can go for the particular business purpose. No, that is the case. Usually, this letter of credit are the bank documents that are commonly used for the purchase and the sale of goods across the international borders. Okay, if anyone will ask in the interview, if your interview will ask you what is a letter of credit, then you can say the explanation that letter of credit is a bank document where that is commonly used for the purchase or the sale of goods across the international borders. That is the explanation for the interview question. Okay, this is about the concepts. Just going further. If you want to enable this letter of credit in our ERP, dynamic systems for ERP for cloud-based ERP, these are the few parameters: cash and bank parameters, cash and bank management setup, bank facilities, bank document posting profiles, bank reasons, and letter of credit, bank facility agreements. These are the few setups part. If you want to enable this letter of credit, this functionality, we need to enable this all particular setups. This is about the letter of credit. See, cash and bank area, go to the general form, and we need to enable all this configuration part. We have to enable this letter of credit as transaction general. Enable this letter of credit. Here it is in a bank account. Just I have open this bank accounts. Okay, for the setup, cash and bank area. Okay, this is the bank document. See, if you enable this feature, you can able to see in my form this screen bank document, letter of credit or import collections are the charge. If you enable this import letter of credit, then only the functionality will be activated. Letter of guarantee or letter of credit, transaction journal, enable export letter of credit. Once we enable this functionality, then only we can able to use this letter of credit functionality. That's what I'm explaining over here. And then we have to enable this bank facilities. Same, if you go to this cash and bank management setup and then bank facilities, we have to enable this bank facilities or bank facilitation types. If anything we do some changes in the system, we need to save the form. See, here it is, bank facilities is there. We have to configure this. The consultant will do all this configuration part. As a user, he will do the transaction. What the consultant job is, he will configure this facility group, facilities types. He will do all the things. See, here it is import collection, letter of credit, letter of guarantee, and then save the form. In the same time, we need to do all the necessary facility types. Here I mentioned in the letter of credit, letter of advance payment bond, bid bond, back to back letter, means these are all the bank transactions. Whatever the bank, business bank account, if they are using, suppose the business, Reliance or any big company, they want to purchase the raw material, from their vendors. They will not give all the time, money for they should give some guarantee or letter of credit at the time of purchasing or the time of sales. So this bank document is useful for purchasing of the material from the vendors. So they will enable this all these functionalities in their ERP. They should have all the proper bank related transactions. What all the having the bank related documents? Those all documents should be configured in our ERP. See, letter of credit, bid bond, advance payment bond, performance bond, retention money. Okay, site letter for credit. If they want, they will configure. If they don't want, they will not configure. This is the functionality of the bank facilities. This is about this bank facilities form. Okay, like this same, they also have another option, bank documents posting profile. See, for each and everything, bank letter or any document, any transaction, posting profile is very important. If you go to general ledger posting profile should be enabled. If you go to accounts payable, vendor posting profile should be enabled. If you go to the accounts receivable, customer posting profile should be enabled. Means if you want to perform any transaction, without posting profile, we cannot able to perform a single transaction. Okay, that is about the, for this, in this scenario, we need to enable this letter of credit, means we need to do the bank document posting profile. We need to enable this all the particular main accounts in this area. Okay, we need to enable the options, letter of credit, bank reason codes. See, in these forms, means whatever this in a ERP, whatever the mandatory steps, as I mentioned, we need to enable all these particular bank facilities, bank groups, bank transaction types. Okay, bank reasons. Means before doing any transaction, we need to do the conversion part. Then only the transaction will be posted. Okay, these are the reason codes. Error, lost, or other, means write off, means what exact the bank reasons we need to enable, and we need to do the proper configuration part. Okay, are you understanding what I'm trying to say? Yeah, if you are facing any problem, just let me
Yes.
know, no? Because once we're done with the class, again it will be difficult to recap. See, here it is, I am just explaining the means different scenarios. These are the real-time scenarios on daily basis. Business is asking business. I want to enable my letter of credit. Can you give me the configuration? How to set up in a system? They will ask. Then we should say these are the mandatory steps. If you want to enable this, letter of credit in our ERP, these all should be enabled. We need to go to the cash and bank area. We need to enable this, check boxes, bank document check boxes, bank facilities, bank documents, posting profiles, bank reasons, okay, and then letter of credit, bank facility agreements. These are all the parameters we have to enable in the cash and bank area. Without this, we cannot able to do the letter of credit transaction. Just I am explaining one by one. Okay, these are the few series of steps. Okay, and can you unmute yourself? If you are having any questions, you can. Okay, these are the series of steps. If you want to do the transaction for the letter of credit, these are the few mandatory steps, prerequisites for achieving this letter of credit scenario. See, you have if you go to this letter of credit, cash and bank area, letter of credit, and bank facility agreements. We need to do the agreement part. So open this, means they should have some agreement, right? Means how much limit they are going to issue this, letter of credit. So for this, we need to do all the proper necessary steps. Where it is, letter of credit and bank facilities agreement, cash and bank area, letter of credit. See here it is there, and bank facilities agreement.